Whenever I've done interviews, people always go, "So mate, where'd you get the name?" It's like, oh, here we go again. Didn't you read the bio from 1996? But mustn't grumble. Anyway, Norman Mailer wrote a book called The Executioner's Song. And it was about a guy called Gary Gilmore, who was a double murderer, I think, some dipshit from the Midwest who was sentenced to death. And in those days, you know, the death penalty wasn't carried out in America, or hadn't been for a long time. And he insisted on being put to death. He liked being famous, or wanted to be famous. Anyway, this book was about the trials and tribulations, and eventually he was put to death by firing squad, I think. They don't muck around in America. Anyway, in the book, this fellow, Gary Gilmore, apparently had multiple personality disorder, and one of his personalities was the sheriff of Good Karma County. And I'm a bit of a magpie, you know. I see something, I grab it and stick it in the bio computer for later. And I thought, I kind of like that. So I shortened it, Sheriff of Karma County. And my studio eventually became called Karma County, and I made a stencil out of cardboard and put it on this little shelf I had in the studio. You know, if the studio's Karma County, therefore I am the Sheriff of Karma County. At the time, I was pitching myself a bit as a producer, you know, writing songs, maybe working on other people's records. And I had a little business card made, and it said, "This is a Karma County production." And I borrowed that from the streets of San Francisco. Started Carl Malden and somebody else in the 70s. And at the end of the show, there was this little sign that came up in a voiceover that said, "This has been a Quinn Martin production." And I just like the idea of that. So this is a Karma County production.